Hello, friends! Today, we are going to look at what we need to do to learn a new language. The first step in learning a new language is goal setting. First of all, why do you need a new language? Is it to start a business across continents, to make new friends from new cultures? Or have you decided to take that trip you have been thinking about for years and need to learn the language of that region? Depending on your answer to these questions, you need to set a goal as to what level and how long it will take you to learn. Because they all require a different level of foreign language, a ship without a target has many captains. After setting the goal, we need to set ourselves small and achievable goals. Because small goals can be done more easily because they are easier to do. For example, set a goal to learn 1,200 words in 6 months. Then learn 200 words every month. Thus, the seemingly small steps will grow like a snowball and create an avalanche. The second step is vocabulary development. First of all, you need to learn the daily words of the foreign language, because when you travel to the country that speaks that language, those words will be useful for you to express ourselves in that country. For example, it is more logical to start with daily necessary expressions such as the name of the food in that language, daily greetings such as hello, etc. How can I go there? Can you give me a little discount? Also, while learning cat in the animal kingdom will add something to you, learning crocodile will not benefit you unless you are going to Florida. We now live in the age of technology. You can easily practice vocabulary with applications or websites that you can download to your phone. Make sure you practice a certain number of words from these every day without fail. By practicing daily, you will also prevent forgetting. The third step is learning the basics of grammar. Start by learning simple language rules. At an introductory level, it is important to learn rules such as sentences, basic tenses, sentence structures. For example, singular or plural forms or sentence structure. For example, in some languages the verb is at the end, while in others it is after the pronoun. Pay attention to details like these. The fourth step is listening and imitation. Listening is another name for language learning. Language learning is incomplete without good listening. Listening to natural speakers of the language is effective in improving our language. For example, the TV series Friends has been a great help for many people in learning English. Because its narration is simple and straightforward, it has been a good support in people's language learning journey. You can also watch vlogs on YouTube that speak in that language. As with everything else, continuity is important in listening. It is necessary to dedicate a certain amount of time to listening every day. For example, it is important to spend 20 minutes a day listening. While listening, we should make our language more prone by saying the sentences we hear like them. We can also improve our speech by saying the words in front of the mirror. What we mean is that practicing speaking to ourselves also contributes to language learning. Before practicing speaking to those around you, start by telling them that you are not crazy. That way, they won't think you are crazy. In step 5 comes speaking practice. In order to speak the language, you need a friend. In the past, there used to be pen pals for this, but now, like everything else, there are apps for this too. Apps like Tandem, HelloTalk can help you find good language friends. You can also work on your own. For example, pick a word, e.g., apple, and try to make sentences in the language you are studying for 1 minute. Don't be afraid of mixing up words or mispronouncing them when you speak. This is the nature of language learning. For example, a friend of ours pronounced the word beach in English as bitch, and even though he realized his mistake, he didn't hesitate and continued speaking. Don't be afraid of falling into such absurd situations because this is how you will learn. By the way, she later learned to say beach. In step 6, we should practice writing and reading. Writing the words we have just learned using them in sentences also helps us to improve our language. Writing exercises help us to improve. As a sage said, words fly and writing remains. When learning a language, start with children's books, because children learn that language from the very beginning, just like you. Then you can read the news in that language and learn about the structure of the language. At the end of the day, you can write down the activities you did that day and create a diary. Of course, when you do this, do it in the language you are learning, not in your mother tongue. That way, you will become familiar with the language from everywhere.